Good morning, YouTube friends, or afternoon, or night, or whatever time it is, wherever you're at. I just hope it's good. Last night, Infinity Ward rolled out a patch, patch 1.08 to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. There's a few bug fixes and nerfs for us to go over, and we'll get to those in just a minute. Before I start, I should suggest that you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I'm a pretty neat guy. With all these fixes and whatnot, I've noticed there's still a few glaring issues with the game, and nobody seems to address these things, and I'll go over them later on in the video. Along with this patch, we also got a sneak peek of two new weapons that are probably going to be released soon, the Vector and the Crossbow. I don't know much about them. There's like pictures and stuff on Reddit and whatnot. I just know that some nerd found them on Reddit, or in the game files, and blasted them all over Reddit for us to look at. So, first things first, general fixes. Basically, all the game breaking issues that should have been worked out before the game launched, that they are just now getting to. Back-end fixes to prevent crashes and improve stability across all modes and platforms. I personally haven't experienced any crashes or stability issues on PC, but I've heard of a few console friends that have been having crashes and stutters since launch, so it's nice for them to take care of that. It's also to my understanding that some players reached their max rank and their accounts were locked out of multiplayer, so they had to make Smurf accounts in order to continue to play online while they waited for Infinity Ward to fix the issue. According to another source, this may have been fixed with this patch, but I'm unable to test it for myself, so I'm not 100% sure on this. Riot Shield. Fix a bug where a player using the Riot Shield would not take explosive damage during certain situations. And by that you mean, fixed a bug where anyone with or crouched behind a Riot Shield was literally invulnerable from the front. Because I remember sprinting into a room to find a frightened player sitting in a corner with a Riot Shield, flinging knives at people. I casually walked to the opposite corner of the room, cooked a grenade, and tossed it on his head. Not in front of him. Literally landed on the dude's noggin. It exploded, and still he sat there. Astonished, and damn right pissed off, I proceeded to just leave the room, let the guy carry on playing through the game with no kills and no deaths. Seriously though, he wants to play through an entire game, just standing there, basically AFK. Fixed an issue where the Riot Shield would stow on the player's back while using a stim. Funny story about this actually. Last patch they fixed an issue where it wasn't stowing away properly, and I was playing a game one time on stream, so there's VODs of this somewhere. I just didn't feel like combing through 8 hours of footage, where I killed a Riot Shielder, and after he perished, his shield got stuck on my back, and I ran around for an entire life with a Riot Shield on my back. I don't know if it's actually blocking bullets, but it was there, and it didn't turn with my character model. So as I turned around, the Riot Shield was still, like, in my way, and it made it impossible for me to see certain angles. It was really friggin' annoying. Anyway, glad to see they're working out the kinks with the Riot Shield and stuff. Footsteps. Adjusted to always play walk footstep sounds when ADS and crouch independent of speed. This one confused me a little bit. Before this patch, was it playing the run stomp sound to my enemies while I was ADS or crouched? Or was it not playing a movement cue at all while I was ADS and crouched? I remember some people calling for more quiet footsteps while ADS and crouched, so I'm assuming it was just blasting my enemy's eardrums with my footsteps while I thought I was being sneaky. Increase the speed in which you can remain using the walk footstep sounds by slightly pushing on the movement stick. So what this is basically saying is, PC players can't walk as fast as console players. Bold move. Not that I walk around as much in this game anyway. But if you're a console player, you can now take advantage of quieter movement with more speed, as long as you don't get too wild with the controller stick. Challenges. General fix for the UI and challenge state getting out of sync. We'll continue to monitor and make additional fixes as needed in future updates. Yes! Abso-frickin-lutely yes! That's great! Infinity Ward, yes! Give me more basic UI fixes. This UI and this menu screen has been garbage since this game came out. Nothing effing works. Like, I couldn't track my camo unlocks or challenges, and as you can see here, pre-patch, the bar wouldn't fill, and I just had to guess how many more I needed to get to unlock the camo. But now it appears to be fixed, so good fix here. Very happy with that one. Fix for challenge-related error that could occur, dev error 5476. Hold on a second. Okay, so according to the internet webs, dev error 5476 is related to graphics drivers or DirectX in some way. Seems like a purely PC error that's hardware related, and it looks as though Infinity Ward have issued a fix, so. Fix for mission challenge description, get kills with burst weapon, being too vague. Right, I heard about this. Some weapons come with a burst mode already on them, like the FAMAS, and some have a burst mode that can be added to them in the gunsmith, like the M4. My assumption is the kills with the FAMAS counted towards the mission, and kills with the M4 did not, and people got a little confused. Piccadilly. Spawn tuning while playing TDM and Dom. This one really hits home for me because those are the game modes I mostly play, and I stopped playing smaller TDM mode because the smaller maps are basically unplayable sometimes, Piccadilly being one of them. All it takes is for some confident player to push your spawn and trap your team in there and basically have a field day at a shooting range with you and your teammates spawning and running out the end of a short street just getting picked off as soon as you show up. What I hope this means is, as more opposing players push into that part of the map, maybe 2 or 3 players, it will move your spawn away from them so you can reconvene in the middle and have a fight there, as opposed to just the fight all happening on that street until the end of the game. Domination flag adjustments. B flag is now near the buses instead of the center of the center fountain. Ah, man, so you mean I can't get an easy quad kill with a nade from literally anywhere on the map when the enemy is capping B? Lame. Weapons. AR's minor hipfire spread adjustment. I don't think this was necessary. Hipfire in this game with ARs is already extremely random. Unless you're in hardcore and get lucky with a stray bullet, you need to dig the barrel of your weapon to the enemy to hit something with hipfire, as it is. 725 reduced range. Again, I agree that no shotgun should be effective at range. You shouldn't be able to affix a scope to your 725 and hit people in a different lobby. I get that. And I also agree that a shotgun, especially a shotgun that can only hold 2 rounds at a time, should be very effective at close range. And I'm happy to see Infinity Ward making adjustments here based on feedback, but they should add a second or 2 to the reload time or something, or slow down the time per shot, as you can fire both shells within 1 second. Not that I really care for realism in my video games, but how is it possible for this dude's trigger finger to pull, reset, and pull that fast? It's mind-blowing how they thought that was a good idea. M4, increased hip spread, decreased damage to the head. The official numbers for the M4 headshot damage is, before the patch, body shots were 28, 23, and 18, and the head was a 1.6 multiplier for 45, 37, and 29. Now the body stays the same, obviously, and head damage is slightly reduced to a 1.5 multiplier, which equates to 42, 34, and 27. And those are respective to the ranges. So 42 would be like, dude's right up in your face, hit him in the face, 42 damage. And if they're way on the other side of the map, you hit him in the head, 27 damage. I played a little bit with these changes. I can tell you that the change is hardly noticeable. You still only need 1 headshot to reduce TTK from medium to far. If Infinity Ward really want to make an effective change to the M4, it wouldn't be hipfire spread or headshot damage, it would be reducing the fire rate. That thing vomits up bullets like a P90. FAL, reduced recoil, increase ADS speed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I told you guys the FAL was nuts and it's just gotten even better. You wait and see. I'm very excited to see that one. EB-14 increase ADS speed. Seems like there's a typo in the Reddit post here, but I'm sure they mean the EBR-14. Any buff to ADS speed on a marksman rifle is A-okay to me. Time to get those phase up moments, dude. You know what I'm trying to say? And finally, they fixed some of the Spec Ops stuff. I haven't played Spec Ops, so I have no idea what's going on over there. Apparently they fixed a bug where a player was using overkill and an SMG as a secondary, and the primary weapon wouldn't show up when they joined a match in progress, so they would just have their secondary weapon. This patch seemed to be a bit of a rug sweep, just cleaning up the dust from the last update, but the changes feel significant nonetheless. I think it's good that they're updating and fixing things as fast as they are, but they keep leaving out a pretty big issue for me, and other players grinding out camo unlocks will know what I'm trying to say here, and that's mounting. The mounting in this game is a gamble. Some places you can mount, other places it looks like you can mount, but you can't mount, and all the other places are full of line of sight issues. Take for instance this spot in Inia Palace. There's a spot right here on the corner where you can mount, and you can clearly see down sights all the way down to the containers, but when you fire, your rounds go into the wall. They go into the wall you're mounted on. And because I'm stupid, I lost quite a few gunfights aiming down sights here, because the enemy was clearly able to hit me, but I wasn't able to hit them. Unless my enemy is that wall, in which case, I was doing just fine. There are other horrible mounting spots in this game where you can't see anything, or your bullets go into the object that you're mounted on, all of which are frustrating to come across while you're trying to get all those mounted kills for the camo. I'd really like to see a fix for these areas in the next patch. Maybe if this video gets shared around enough, they'll see the issue and do something about it, but who knows. I'd also appreciate some form of skill level indicator. I don't know for actual fact if there's skill-based matchmaking in this game or not, but one thing I can tell you is I could join a pub on just about any other FPS game and completely dominate. Like I've said before, I was a competitive FPS player for years, and I do pretty good on the old Call of Duty, but I've never been in a lobby where I don't feel at least somewhat challenged. And that's a good thing. I do like a good challenge. I would not enjoy this game as much if I wasn't having good fights and players weren't forcing me to make good decisions and movements. I love it. But if there's a skill-based matchmaking system in this game, I'd like to know where this game ranks me so that I can see myself improve. Right now, in the current state of matchmaking, I have no idea if I'm going up against a horrible player, or people that are brand new to FPS games, or someone who's sitting on a pile of CoD World League trophies. And I refuse to believe that only pro-level FPS players play this game. I know they don't, because I've seen a 10-year-old play this game with my own eyes, and he was garbage. Sorry, I had to find out this way, Bobby, but you're garbage. So logically, there has to be some sort of skill-based matchmaking system in place that keeps putting challenging players in my lobbies. Keep in mind, I'm not complaining about that. I'm very happy to always play against similarly skilled or better players. I love to learn and improve, but more than that, I get great satisfaction from watching myself improve with a tangible system that I can see. It feels good to move up, and you can display that skill level proudly to other players in a meaningful way with a rank that everyone understands and respects. And of course, we all dislike the map layouts, and I'll make another video on that later, but what do you think? What do you like about this game? What do you dislike about this game? What things do you think are broken that need to be fixed? You know, what things do you think need to be balanced a little better? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll go over them next video. For now, this has been my video on patch 1.08. I hope you nerds enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and subscribe for more cool crap that I vomit out to this channel for you. Ta-ta for now.